The next phase of communication is what we've essentially created, what's called Webinarketing. It's always easier to show somebody than it is to tell them, and this is a very good way of helping us to get our message out in a variety of ways that could ultimately help us to communicate better with our potential donors, or in a corporation standpoint, increase our sales as well. Essentially, the Webinarketing process helps us to reduce our travel costs, improves our communication, helps you to increase your sales and donations, helps us to enhance training to all those who are trying to convey the message, as well as provides analytics so that we know who's looking at what and how much interest do they have in our messages. If I were to sit here and try to describe for you what Webinarketing is or what CTEF is, it is much more difficult than if I were to show you. So essentially, that is where the Webinarketing process comes into play, where it's much easier to show someone than it is to tell them. First part of the process is the targeted message. For instance, if we're going to be highlighting the energy CEOs in the energy industry, we need to be very specific messages to that CEO as to why they would be interested in CTEF and getting involved with it. Next, we produce a short video email that they can view on their time. We then can view email analytics as well as video analytics, so we know, have they watched it, are they interested. This leads then to a 15-minute or less, could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever we design it to be, webinar. From there, you go into an educational presentation. Finally, finishing the process with either new business secured or donations received. First off, part of the process is capturing their attention regarding a targeted message. So we do this by generating a video email that has brief videos that may be 30, 60, or 90 seconds long. And if you notice where the arrow is, it specifically tells you how long that video is. If the video is too long, people won't watch it. And if you show them how short it is, they're going to be much more willing to view it. Obviously, next is the targeted message. All messages need to be speaking directly to that person, telling them we know what their problem is and how we are going to be able to solve that through CTEF. Basically, the benefits of video email allows them to view it on their schedule. It is much more effective than the written word, and it allows us to tell a much better story of what we're trying to show our potential donor. We also will generate targeted messages that are text-based. Not always do graphics work, so we would have a text-based one as well. In addition to that, we also can provide basic text links that could be sent directly to someone's phone, where they could view the video from a text on their phone using Wi-Fi, which is used best streaming, or it can also be viewed on their tablet. Finally, the video and email analytics. Once we have sent the email or texts or presentations, essentially what we do is can be notified once they are opening and watching that video. We receive a video email, an email that tells us who's watching it, what their email address is, and from there we actually can then pull reports that tells us how long are they watching the presentations and or videos. This gives us a much better picture of who's interested in the CTEF program, therefore would be a better candidate to approach via phone. The next part of the process is the webinar, which is much easier to be able to communicate our information. Through the video email, we can actually provide them the opportunity to just click a button in order to schedule that. Or if you're talking to somebody on the phone, or even if you run into them in a store, you could pull out your tablet and basically be able to say, it's much easier to show you than tell you. This allows anyone to conduct a webinar via phone, conference call, and view the presentation directly on their computer without downloading any software. And again, it allows us to convey the information much more effectively. And this initial one always needs to be 15 minutes or less. Might even be only 5 minutes, but at least it allows us to then start building that relationship with whoever it is we're speaking to and educate them on CTEF, help to determine their interest level in the program that we're talking to, and help us to move forward to the next step, which in this case may be an actual sit-down formal presentation with them or webinar online while they're at their office and we are conducting it online, or it may require an actual sit-down presentation or personal visit to better explain it. Obviously, the ultimate goal is to sit with them individually, and all of this is leading to the ask, where ultimately we would be asking them for specific funding to give to the CTEF program. Actual results of the Webinarketing process in regards to getting in and speaking to individuals. This is an example of one company. They had never used this process before, and then we essentially began it in July of 2012. During the 6-month period, we had more than 160 personal live webinars, leading to over $100,000 in sales and approximately $3 million in the pipeline. Another aspect that we may want to consider to improve communication with parents as well as students is to create a video newsletter, generating video stories and updates. It can have some written information, many more pictures of the students actually involved, as well as events and how to donate. So I think this would be an excellent way to better connect with all parents and corporations and potential donors. So where do we go from here? Well, as we all know, that Paul has been handling many of the processes and the fundraising and marketing and all the many things that he does in regards to career technical education as the president and CEO and founder of CTEF. And we all know that if we could duplicate Paul, that would be the greatest thing that we could do in the world. However, has proven to be quite difficult. So essentially what we're proposing is to allow myself to come on board with CTEF as Successful Business Services and to basically handle the marketing and fundraising aspects, working closely with the board and Paul in order to develop the marketing strategies, the marketing messages, as well as the fundraising processes for the organization. So our next steps, essentially at this point in time, my recommendation is we need to know exactly what funding is needed. We don't know yet how much money is needed for what particular programs or scholarships and things like that. So the first thing we need to do is to create a fundraising plan, identifying those programs and how much money is required. Next, we need to craft a marketing plan looking at the website, the Facebook, and all of the other aspects of marketing, making sure our messages are all consistent and concise. And lastly, the energy industry has been mentioned as one of the top areas we need to target in regards to Cyber Warrior program. Therefore, we need to develop a specific targeted strategy to the energy industry. I want to thank you for your opportunity to present at the board meeting. I hope that you will give me the opportunity to work with you moving forward in developing an actual marketing and fundraising strategy and working with you in the long term. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.